You know one really weird habit that albums in 2024 had that I didn't bring up in my 30 to 21 list? Failing to stick the landing, or rather successfully sticking the landing but one song early. So many albums had songs that should have been great closers, and then there's another song or two after that just didn't need to be there or really should have come earlier. You probably heard me talk about it a lot in any of my weekly reviews, but not even my catch-ups were safe from this really odd curse. But that doesn't mean that those albums are bad. In fact, some have actually made this list already, and I guarantee that there'll be at least one in the awkward middle shot of my top 30 as we go from 20 to 11. Number 20, While She Sleeps, South Hell. Well, this is a first. My favourite band not even in my top 10. What has the world come to? Seriously, I did almost put these guys higher on the list, but apparently a lot of people didn't enjoy this one as much as I did, so maybe I'm giving them a pass, or maybe I just really like it when a band sounds like they're actually enjoying themselves. Add to that, there's still great lyrical themes with performances, as well as a huge amount of risk and some still great riffs, and you've got another really good album by England's main metalcore exports. Number 19, Stand Atlantic, was here. Sometimes it can take a while for a band to fully find their feet, and I say this as someone who likes Stand Atlantic. Thank fuck they finally got there. Going for a heavier style is great, but keeping a good core alt-rock pop punk sound and messing around with it makes for a very satisfying album and proves that these guys live up to their hype. Add in some good wordage, the sweat from the band to make it all work, and an organic mix, and a very unique style clash as well, and you'll be as thankful as I was that Stand Atlantic finally made their shit click. Next is Gyraya with Coma. In my catch-ups I wound up listening to quite the metric cast of black metal, but no matter how much I listened to, few could have kept up with this one for me. First of all, always good to get some metal from Portugal, as that place can cook with its music scene. It's a bit lower on the list than people are expecting, mostly due to it being a late release, but don't let that stop you from enjoying the crushing riffs, dance production, balanced concept, and performances and pacing. Also, I really need to listen to more metal from Portugal. They can fucking go, it turns out. Number 17. Kendrick Lamar, GNX. I would love to know why Sir Duckworth thought putting a spicy condiment on a root vegetable is a good idea, but I'm going to do what I do with his music and just let the man cook. After spending most of 2024 slaughtering Drake and winning via unanimous decision, he had the time to drop this late November heater. Packed with his typical quality of writing, an abundance of charisma, fluidly mixed beat work, and a great song collection, it may not be my favourite rap album of the year, but it's proper fucking good. Number 16. Whores. War. So in case you couldn't tell from my first 10 entries, my search history was more than a bit suspect, and don't worry, that will continue well into the top 10. I'm no stranger to buzz around good acts or long release gaps, so when this sludgy noisy hardcore effort dropped their first album in 8 years, of course I was there for it. I'm also here for darkly clever writing, dissonant sludgy guitar work, aggressive performances, and pretty quality pacing and mixing too, with a nice style meld that really clicked for me. Number 15. Knocked Loose. You won't go before you're supposed to. An album I bet most people were expecting to be in the top 10 is in the top 15, and right in queue, this is when people who weren't watching my video anyway pause it to write mean things. I think this is going to gross a lot of AOTY lists anyway, so of course it's going to be on mine, and it's mostly personal preference that stops it from being higher, but if you want some heavy as fuck hardcore with the lyrics to match, great tension building, erratic performances, and proof that Knocked Loose are here to stay, here it is. Number 14. Combat. Stay Golden. You know, the pop-punk emo crossover wasn't as prominent in 2024 as it was in 2023, but luckily we still got a few gems in the rough. Case in point, Combat's sophomore effort, which is a refreshing offering as the genre mix can feel pretty predictable. Combat add a sense of fun to things with some electrifying guitar work, relatable lyrics, earnest performances, and a pretty great pace, which is something the style has issue with. Good work so far, Combat. I really look forward to the next one. Number 13. Julie Christmas. Ridiculous and full of blood. Way back in 2001, Converge put out their iconic album Jane Doe, the cover of which became a symbol for punk rock for at least 2 decades. My point is this. Can we do the same with this amazing album by Julie Christmas? Please. Putting together amazing, noisy, post-metally soulful dark themes and a great performance is one thing, but doing it all on your own, that gets some brownie points from me, and then some. Add in the tight mix, unforgiving pace and strong writing, and you've got a top list maker in my books. Again, just one woman did all this. It's fucking great. Listen, it's good. Number 12, Kid Capici. There Goes the Neighbourhood. Do you know another trope that was present across 2024? British political leaning rock, and this is not going to be the last example in my top 30. But it is one of the more fun ones for me, and it proves why Kid Capici is such a sought-after band in British indie punk. Written with the snark that my country's politics deserve, backed up by dense-fueled synthy punk energy, and chock full of great work rate and some really good mixing, The Neighbourhood may be in a state, but at least you can groove to it. Just wanted to clear something up before we get into the last album for this video. This one is actually number 11, but unfortunately, I completely fucked up, because the Goats and Size one is actually number 21. I say so verbally, but in the text, if you actually watch that video, it says number 11 instead. It is too late to go back and change it now, and I don't want to re-edit the video because I do have the original file, but it's up on YouTube anyway, so I'm just clearing it up here because I've got enough work to do as it is, and I can't be fucking arsed, to be honest. So it is number 21, just pretend that it says 21 instead of 11. Okay? Good. Now we're going to move on. And finally for this video, at number 11, we have Shale with Traverse the Belak. This is one of my earliest catch-ups from 2024 that I wasn't expecting to stick with me as the year went, and by rights it shouldn't work. It is a Scottish musician writing a concept album with prog metal, country and folk influences that could have been a recipe for disappointment, but it just works and I have no clue how. It explores its concepts and atmosphere really well, and Tony Dunn's great as the one man behind it, with his mixing, writing and work rate all on point, with great storytelling and some true mad genius shit. It shouldn't work, and somehow it does, and it's pretty great, and you should listen to it. It's going to be a long set, but you should listen to it. And that'll about do it. I'll see you all tomorrow for the top 10, and also tomorrow night for my next EFED pay-per-view, Capture the Crown. That should be a lot of fun. And also I've got to get to album gathering, because stuff actually comes out tomorrow. So yeah, I should probably get a bit on that for my January releases, but we'll get to that when we get to it, and I'll see you all tomorrow for those things. As always, thank you for watching, you're awesome. Bye-bye.